Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Watcher Realms video. So we have the Dahlia event coming up this weekend and we already got some extra information, I think 1 or 2 days back. There is going to be this event that's going on. I think it's similar to the last and Arrogance one, where there was the boss to challenge. I think lots of people are speculating at first that this is the new unnameable unit when we saw leaks of like this black and green dragon, but clearly it's not. It's just another one of the bosses for the challenge mode, and I think it's gonna be pretty accessible as long as you have like end game units. I don't think you're gonna need Dahlia to actually do well for this game mode. And obviously, you're gonna get the hero summon event. That's gonna take place this weekend, and along with the free rewards, we are also gonna have the event rewards giving her exclusive artifact. I've seen some leaks of it. I think it does seem quite interesting what the artifact does. It gives her 2 extra, I think, mutations from the blossoms that she spawns. But no details on that. I don't think it's available here yet, so won't be able to make a judgment call to see whether it's good. But as with the last event, I think it's gonna be pretty accessible that you're gonna get everything that's here, as long as you manage to actually max out the event rate over here. And I think in the new hero info, we do get a sneak peek of Dahlia as well. So obviously she is from the cultist faction, very clear from her kit design because it's all AoE damage. So it's 120% AoE damage up to 10 enemies, and Death's Despair, when activated, is an ultimate. Increases damage by 20% for 10 seconds, and during the skill's effect, basic attack will instead prioritize the Cursed Blossoms, igniting it, and dealing 220% AoE damage up to 8 enemies and inflicting slow and 2 stacks of poison. So obviously going in line with the cultist units, where when you inflict slow or anything, it's gonna do extra damage. And this AoE damage goes up to 270%. Duration though is just 10 seconds, that's not very long. Skill cost at 800 is pretty okay. Yeah. And then every Cursed Blossom ignited increases crit damage by 18% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3 times, and the crit damage increase goes up to 30%. So theoretically speaking, you could get like 90% crit damage boost every time she triggers her ultimate. And then last one, if there's at least 2 instances of Cursed Blossoms adjacent to an ally, the ally gains block increase and damage increase. So this is the interesting mechanic. I'm not sure if the traps actually take up a space. If they do, like the AI icicles that she spawns, then it's going to be interesting to see how this gets triggered. You probably have to put your tank or fighter down before you can actually place down Dahlia. And with a cost of 21, that's probably going to always be the case. And that's probably why she has this weird ass attack range, 5 tiles, almost like a Ardea. But she's a platform unit, which is why most people are saying that it should not go for her, because this results in very weird placements. You normally have ground units facing the line of defense coming in. So having a range unit like this, it's gonna be a hassle to figure out where to place her. In Gear Rate 1, for sure, you're gonna have a place for her, but in things like Gear Dungeon 1, which you can foresee that, she could be useful, that's gonna be tough to tell because of this weird range that she has. So we just go over to Gear Dungeon 1, and you go under the guides. You can see very clearly here, you want her blossoms to actually line up here, but there's no platform for you to do that. I think I saw some videos from War Guides actually saying that you place Dahlia here instead, but that means that the big wave that comes in here, you won't be able to deal with that at all. So not sure where this hero stands at the moment. But as we've seen with Gear Dungeon 2, how they made Edith pretty much like a essential in most of the lineups, we wouldn't know whether or not, Dahlia might get the same treatment. But people did figure out after a while that, you can actually clear Gear Dungeon 2 without Edith. You just need very good tanks or, very good gear to make up for that damage mitigation that Edith provides. So that's Dahlia, her kit, her range, very funky stuff, but let's take a look at Awakenings as well. So Awakening 1, number of Curse Blossoms required to trigger Taunt's Embrace is reduced to 1. So let's go back to her skill kit here. It doesn't say... okay, it's this one. So it means that as long as there's one Curse Blossom, you get that block increase and that 20% damage increase. I can foresee how a fighter will pair well with her, given that, the damage increase and the slow that she inflicts, units probably don't even stand to, come close. But for A1, that's pretty okay, not incredible, because you expect it to boost her damage, but in this case, it's actually boosting an ally. And then we have flat attack on A2. A3 is going to be 25% extra damage to targets inflicted with poison, which is pretty much in her kit, so that's 3 damage. 2 cost reduction, pretty lackluster, considering she has 21 cost. And then Curse Blossom also inflicts the same amount of damage and slow effect to enemies who leave the affected tile. So that means that after the units actually walk out, the Curse Blossoms will still deal the same amount of damage. It doesn't say that it takes reduced damage anywhere here, so I guess it just means that they will continue taking damage once they've stepped into the Curse Blossom once. So very normal kit, not as crazy as what we've seen with Last, with her rich regen and double hits, or Captain Reef for very niche content like Conqueror's Codex as well as the Defender's Codex, but people are still gonna go for her because it's a limited hero. But for me, probably still on the fence on it, unless I get the CC rewards disbursement this weekend. Probably not gonna make it for it. I think I have about 150 summons now. So about 10k diamonds saved and about 51 of the summoning crystals. So probably gonna be a skip, and the only downside is that I am gonna be skipping the Magda event that's coming, or rather the release this weekend. But unless it's a 2x or 15x event, it's probably a hard skip as well, because we do know that we haven't had 2x, 15x for quite a long while. So having summons save for that is probably more prudent, given how close we are to the event. And yeah, this looks like a hard skip unless you're having trouble clearing Gear 1, or you think that, Dahlia would be indeed useful for one of the contents that you foresee out there, because we still have Falchia sitting there, two summoning runs with her already, but she still doesn't have a place anywhere in the game. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below if you're going to be summoning for her, and is it because you think that should be useful in some future content, or is it just, a collector in this gacha game? So yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.